let's move on, Zach, to something I really don't like, something that's unsettling to me. A story here from CNBC. Walmart to test drone delivery of grocery and household items. Now they're going to run a pilot program for delivery of grocery and household products through automated drones, along with an end-to-end delivery firm called Flytrex, which sounds terrifying. So here we go. We're going to start. They're starting there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. These cloud-controlled drones will be picking up and dropping off select items. As the company has accelerated the expansion of its pickup and delivery service in the face of COVID-19 pandemic, as virus-weary consumers increasingly prefer having items delivered to their doorsteps. Now, I love delivery. I love having items delivered to my doorstep, but I prefer that delivery to be made by a human being. Zach, what do you think?
Dude, I just got Instacart yesterday. So yesterday when we were coming home from the beach, we left at like 5:00 in the morning so that we could get back home by like 8 to start work. And I was like dead. I'm like, I'm not driving down the street to go to the grocery store. I'm going to just get that shit delivered. And it was lovely. But I would not pay to have a drone deliver my shit. That's getting me too much. And I'll explain. I'll tell you why. Like, because how many people are you going to see shooting these things down?
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, but maybe stealing your shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a fine line between like robbing a car to get something from like a delivery man, right? Than like shooting down electronic. Because you've already seen people of shooting down drones because they think it's an invasion of privacy, right? So it's like Joe Schmo next door, delivering my stuff for Walmart. Invasion of privacy. Bam, shoots it out of the sky, and sure enough, oh hey, look at this package here, mine now. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, once it's in the air, it's fair game, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's
there's the issue of airspace. Say I have a yard, right? Where does my air end? I don't know that's been decided.
So the other thing, and I think the ruling on this changes depending on like your jurisdiction or where you live at. But I know here near Baltimore, you need a special license to like fly them. You need to be trained, and there's like a lot of rules with where you can and can't fly them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you live near the airport, you cannot fly a drone.
That's
in that
logical.
Area. Do people listen? No, they don't really enforce it, but still, if a giant corporation like Walmart is sending out thousands and thousands of drones to people getting shit delivered.
Yeah. See, this is what I don't understand. So there's a quote here from Tom Ward, Senior Vice President of Consumer Products. In a statement, he says, quote, "We know that it will be some time before we see millions of packages delivered via drone. That still feels like a bit of science fiction. But, in there is the idea that this is coming. And like you said, I mean, I just can't imagine. I mean, maybe neither one of us have imagination or what, but there's going to be a world where these things are just crisscrossing and flying around in the air. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it sounds like The Fifth Element. Like, I don't know if you remember, like when all the cars in New York were like flying in the sky and on. You're like, how the hell are they not hitting each other? It's gonna be the same thing. I love drones. I've been looking at buying one. I really want one. I love drone footage. Like, every time I edit a video, I probably put at least one clip of a drone footage in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. I love it. They're fun. They're cool. And I don't mind them. Like I every once in a while I might see a drone like flying over, just doing whatever. And it's, it's like, whatever, you can't really see anything when they're that high anyway. Right. If I had a drone like flying an eye level in my backyard, I'd probably be like, who the hell is this? And I'd probably smack it down or something like that. But, and that's where I think the delivery is where it's starting to get a little more personal, because for the drone to come in, go down to your house, drop it off on your front, fly out. That's all in pretty like eye view of like what it can see like all around you. Does that make sense?
It does.
Right. It's not like you're getting this mile high sky view that's like no different than like someone in an airplane.
That's a great point. I mean, now it's like, if we worry about surveillance and all this stuff, at least, you could see what I'm clicking on my phone. Now you have like, an endless video of the outside of everyone's house and all this stuff and what you're doing. I mean, what if I don't know, you're just, not that you want to stay naked outside in front of your window, but the sense of privacy is that, I mean, I know anyone can come in and out, but it's a little creepy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This brings up kind of an interesting topic of where like drones are going to be used. I know we're talking about grocery stores and Walmart, but like how they're going to be used by like local police force. You know what I mean? That's all we talk about now is how the police always feel like they're in danger, or how to protect people. This is going to sound a little nerdy, but there's this video game I just got done playing not too recently. That's kind of like a sci-fi, and like in the game there was like police drones that just were like fly down the street, and you would have to like avoid them because they would have a camera on them and things like that, right? Is that coming?
Oh, it is coming. In fact, I've been slowly wading into a deep dive on Antifa and some of the protests going on. Now, there's some people are saying that both cops and Antifa in cities like Portland are both using drones, and that their surveillance on both sides is getting, particularly in Antifa, is very sophisticated.
Really?
So I think that is already here, Zach.
Yeah. And that's not what's going to happen with it. Like, is it just an information war at that point?
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is. Yeah.
What could you really do with it?
Well, communications, coordination. The cops are over here. Let's move to this block.
That makes sense.
Kind of
Yeah. I think of it more like, when I think about the police cameras, is it any really different than the blue lights? I don't know if you've seen those, if you have those down in Florida.
No.
But like in Maryland, and specifically in some bad areas, you can tell that there's a police camera because it's always got this blue light on top of it.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, and the way I think about it is like, how is the police drone really any different than that, except it can move?
No, yeah, I guess it wouldn't be any different. Now the question is going to be when they cross, like these giant military drones with a surveillance drone and essentially put a gun on it. I think that's what's coming next.
That's going to be tough for anyone to kind of debate on, because like, how does that turn any different than like some kind of crazy communist country? That sounds like something they would have in like North Korea.
Yeah,
right?
or I mean, at very least, pepper spray, right? A drone that could
like shoot out a net at somebody.
Yeah, a net.
Right? A net just shoots out and like grapples you, and you're just like someone running away from the cops, right?
Oh.
Like, I mean, they already use helicopters to chase people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If there's already a drone, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. There was a helicopter flying around my neighborhood for 5 hours yesterday because they were doing a manhunt right in my backyard.
Oh no!
Yeah. I'm going to tell a story because it's crazy. I live on one street. It's only like 2 blocks. It's very small. It's like a very tiny neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it's a dead end. And it's surrounded by woods. And the cops were chasing this guy, and he turns down my street. Sees it's a dead end. He fucking crashes his car into a light pole and gets out and runs into the woods. So like all day yesterday, we had a helicopter flying over. The whole street was blocked, so no one could go or go anywhere. And you just had this car crashed in the middle of our neighborhood while the cops like walked through the woods and tried to search for this guy.
Scary.
But you think about like how long it took for that helicopter to get up in the air and then start looking. Like if it was this kind of situation where there were already a patrol drone, like, it's already flying, just like,
there's already thousands of up in the sky. You just coordinate, move it over, and we find the guy.
Yeah, and I mean that's going to be difficult because I mean, that's the problem. I don't even know if that would even ever happen. I mean, people already, get upset at NSA, and everyone says like, Big Brother's always listening to you in your conversations and things like that.
But has it stopped?
No. No, it hasn't. And there's a lot of people that are in the mindset of like, if you don't do anything wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about.
Oh no, that's not true. Everyone is doing something wrong at all times. Everyone is breaking a law.
I guess it just depends how bad the law is that you're breaking, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, I think, I don't know. I'm not the first one to say this, but someone has famously said, at any given point, you're like breaking like 10 felonies or something.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of do the cops want to go after you? So yeah, I mean, so when it gets to that point, then you could just enforce the law. Except the law sucks, which is where we are now. Man, nobody cares about the spying. We had Edward Snowden. I mean, they're maybe talking about Trump pardoning him. That was
the big thing before he pardoned. What was it, Susan B. Anthony?
Yeah.
Everyone was like, it's going to be Edward Snowden. Then he came out and said, no, it's not going to be Edward Snowden.
Yeah. So even he exposed all those secrets, but I don't know what real reform has ever been done.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, see, they're gonna it's really convenient. You get drone delivery, and so you just buy the product, the consumer product. Meanwhile, they're using that technology to.
And those things have to have cameras on them, right? Police are just going to be hacking into them to like do their own surveillance.
Yeah, and then maybe the cops can have the Walmart drones lend some assistance to an investigation.
Yeah.
There was a disturbance where you
And
made
it
a delivery at
Yeah, and it can deliver them donuts, like, on the side, right?
Yeah, just
Win-win.
yeah, yeah. The drone will deliver your package and then arrest you. How about that? Wow, this is pretty bullshitty.
Yeah.